And welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Tonight's game features the Chicago Bulls and your New York Knicks.
They showed last week when they beat the Lakers. Now, Michael Jordan, on this being his last game, he says he doesn't want to say that this is his last game here in the Garden because that would not only be disrespectful to the Knicks, but also they may end up playing him again in the playoffs. Now, Isaiah talked about it being a love affair with Michael here in the Garden, and Michael says that because of that love affair, he's going to do something special. And that special something is wearing his original Air Jordan shoes. And he said he also hopes to give him about 55. Bob?
Chris Mills with Kukoc on him. Cross-court pass intercepted by Michael. Cut off by Houston. Dishes to the driving Pippen. Michael from 20. There's his first basket.
Now, when you look at Chicago out on the floor right now,
a look at Michael's first basket of the night. He had missed his opening attempt. Now he's 1 for 2. The Knicks, on the other hand, have hit 6 of 7 from the field. Timeout with 7:13 to play in the quarter. New York 14, Chicago 12.
Cuts.
Michael, 2 seconds to shoot over Houston. Got it.
That's nothing you can do. Great play by Michael Jordan.
And now here's Michael with the steal, 3-on-1. Ward's the only guy back. Michael takes it all the way and misses the left-hander, but Harper cleans it up.
Well, there was a no call by the referee right there, which was the right call. They had a 3-on-1 fast break.
Be effective. That was a bit outside his range. Jordan for 3. Hitting only about 20% of his three-point tries this year. A hot streak the last few weeks. And Jordan. Michael hits again.
Well, I like what we're seeing here, Bob.
Chicago run.
The pump fake by Jordan, and he brings him back to the right. He takes him left, then he brings him right. The drawing kick from Harper. They like to get into the lane. And then he stares him down and just shoots right over him. But there's nothing
for the first time to Jordan and now Pippen. Scotty hits the turnaround.
This is beautiful basketball that we're watching.
Jordan. And nothing more beautiful than watching him play. Bulls with the ball and a 3-point lead. Kukoc. Michael in traffic. Jordan with 13, tying Houston for game-high honors. Terry Cummings, the veteran, can't hit. And Jordan one-hands the rebound.
And failure. It's a simple pass, the understanding, the reading of the defense. He shoves Starks out of the way, using the little things.
18-point game, and he's averaged 10 a game since.
But Cummings has always been a big offensive threat. He can score inside and out.
Michael took it through a crowd, and a whistle blows. Jordan has a complaint about it. He thought he might have been fouled on his move, and instead they 9, even though it leads the league, is his lowest since 1991. He goes to the hoop and scores.
Nice play. See the patience of that. You know, when Jordan came off the pick and roll, Rodman hesitated, gave him enough time so Jordan can hit him with the bounce pass. It's the patience.
Kerr around Thompson. Looking for Michael, and Chicago loses it.
You know, when we were out to dinner last night, Bob.
And Ahmad Rashad. Now, we've been talking about Michael's shoes, the ones they are wearing. Now, these are the original shoes. These aren't makeups. These are the ones that he wore about 10 years ago, and at that time he wore about a size 12.5. Isaiah was telling me the thing he was worried about is if the shoes turn out to be too small, because now Michael wears size 13.5. It's a nice gesture, but just in case it didn't work, he has these right here sitting on the side. See, those are the ones he's wearing. These are the ones that are in reserve just in case those toes start barking. Bob?
All right, Ahmad.
Kind of hard, but, you know, the new shoes that everybody's walking around in now, those are called really air. You know, you're walking around on air. These are kind of flat and don't have the arch support that the new shoes have.
Judd Bushler is in the Chicago lineup. Steve Kerr goes out. Ron Harper back in. Harper with the ball up top to Pippen. Houston on Jordan. Michael into the lane to the left hand. He's got 15 now.
Broke him down with the quick
41. Jordan into the lane, but it's short. Out of bounds to the Knicks.
Now the Knicks will try to come back and reestablish Houston again. They'll probably put him down on the baseline.
Michael, his 17th shot is batted away by Mills. Johnson from Oakley, off-balance shot is short. Here comes Michael. Spinning in the lane for the slam.
Nice. Nice. Shook him, spent him, then dunked him.
Oakley gets back, though. And Oakley, with just under 5 seconds to play, steals a basket for New York. Other way. Gets it back from Michael. And hits the three out of the corner.
You know, every time.
His 14th rebound. Jordan nearly robbed, and the shot's going to fall.
Oh, my.
Oh, man.
That was nice.
Nice is an understatement.
Took the bump, took the hit, reversed it, spent it around. But what made the play successful was his ability to go left. Houston forced him left. And he extends and takes the hit. Knew he was going to get a hard hit from Oakley. Turns around and spins it right in. You see, Houston forces him left. He takes a short baby step, takes the hit, and spins it off.
Bulls down by 5. Harper in the lane. Can't cut it to 3, but Jordan can.
Nice follow-up. Great extension. Timed it perfectly.
Jordan takes it away from Johnson. The Bulls with a chance to recapture the lead. Good coach from Michael. Another try, but it's not good.
Now watch Michael as he moves without the basketball, and he uses Oakley's body to gain leverage. Now watch him moving about the basketball. Now watch him come in and put his left arm on Oakley to gain leverage so he can have the easy tap in.
Michael with 21 points on 23 shots in 26 minutes.
Now, New York will use different defenders. You see Starks guarding Jordan here. He takes him low, and he uses his strength. Jordan will use different methods of scoring on different people. And you see him driving around Houston going left. And against Charlie Ward, he gives him the fake and the reverse and the dunk because he's too little.
The Knicks by 3. Jordan will fire again. And he'll hit to give him 23 points.
See, he takes Houston inside.
Jordan guarded by Houston. Slithers through the lane and hits with the left hand.
See, he gives you something different to look at every time. The last time down, he gave it to him up.
Jordan from Harper, and he'll be coming to the foul line.
See, what makes Michael very difficult to guard is he gives you something different every time. He gives you the in-the-middle fadeaway. Now, Houston will come down this time, and he's thinking in his mind, okay, I know the fadeaway that's coming, so he goes for the up fake, and he slips right through him. That's what makes him such a great offensive scorer, is because he's always thinking.
Playing at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I've always liked Madison Square Garden, even when I was in college, when we played St. John's or some of the games that we played. You know, it's always been an area or a place where basketball enthusiasts could notice a fake basketball player. If you're a real basketball player, they honor that. They show the respect for that. If you just a hype, you can't fool them, and they'll see it. You know, and it's like stepping on a stage with an act, and people can see that it's an act, or they can see that if it's talent. You know, so that's the way I've always perceived Madison Square Garden.
And on this Sunday night at Madison Square Garden, 25 points and playing an overall game. A triple-double not out of the question. Flashbulbs popping as he hits the first free throw. Unusual kind of makeshift lineup in there right now for the Knicks. Jordan gets the bounce as he just takes it right into a pack of people with complete confidence that he'll
screen. Stark sees the screen coming, and then he gives Oakley the fake, loses him, and he's ghost in the middle.
Jordan with 3 on the 24 will take it from the baseline, and now he has 31. Not a shot, the last one he took, that you'll see him take all that often these days. Fade away. 33.
That was nice. He took the bump. Starks gave him a little knee in the butt, and he was able to still gather his balance and jump up and shoot it. He's giving it to him in all ways.
He's now hit 50%, 15 of 30. With 9:58 to play, Michael and the Bulls lead by 7. Jordan with 33 points in what could be his last game at Madison Square Garden. He had 33 in his very first game as a pro in this building. November of 1984. It was just his 6th game in the NBA. And the rookie didn't disappoint the Garden crowd. The Bulls won by 15, and Michael had 33. The first of many outstanding performances in what he calls the Mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden. Knicks back to within 5. Jordan the fadeaway. And a whistle. Joey Crawford blows play dead, and Spike Lee is all over Michael Jordan as he passes in front of him, and Michael has a few words by way of retort.
Well, he just told him that he couldn't guard him. Starks is a little too small, he's a little too short, and he's telling Spike he's too little, he can't guard me.
Look who's sitting next to Spike, Earl of Pearl Monroe.
Right, see, he says, you can't guard me. You're too little. And then he says, hey, you come out here. You come out. Spike said, I will, money. But that's the specialness that he has with the Garden crowd. He's always there to capitalize.
Foul on Cummings was his 3rd. Jordan into the lane with the fadeaway. Count it and bring him to the line.
See, look at the pass. I mean, it's perfect between them. It's the pass that leads him right to the score. You know, Pippen gives him a pass. Jordan doesn't know what's behind him, but Pippen gives it to him right, and he knows the split's coming. It's the pass that sets up the shot. These two work so well together. You know, Jordan can see it without even realizing it, that it's the pass that Pippen gives him. You know, the pass takes you right to the shot.
37 now for Jordan. Cummings picks up his 4th foul. A 9-point Chicago lead, their biggest of the night, with 6:02 to play in the 4th. This is the NBA on NBC. Michael. Oh, my goodness.
See, that's the strength of Michael Jordan. You know, early in his career, he wouldn't have had the type of strength to power and muscle that shot up.
A number of the players and even 2 of the officials are laughing.
Watch the strength here. He takes the bump, Cummings grabs him, and he still is able to fight through and power through.
You know what? Strength is one thing, but lots of guys are strong, and lots of guys have skill, and only one guy has this level of artistry. Michael hammered as he goes to the hole. 3 defenders there. You may have to see this a second, maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th time before you believe it. Here it is again. Oh, yeah.
You know, look at the reaction from the bench. Those 2 guys in terms of Winnington and Buechler, they have the best job. Look at them. They have the best job in the world because they get to practice and play with that guy every single day.
Try to make that at that angle in a game of horse, unguarded. I give you 10 tries, and I still like my chances.
You won. and there he is on the free throw line.
If we're down to just a few glory days, he's making the most of them.
Well, the line in this song is glory days, they'll pass you by. But this guy on the free throw line, his glory days has yet to pass him by. He's still in his glory because he loves what he's doing.
Michael with 41 after the free throw. Make it 42.
They know that they may possibly run into New York again in the playoff, so they want to plant it in their minds that you'll never beat us. Now watch Jordan shoot the lane and makes a steal, and he jumps and throws it. Now watch Harper as he comes down and uses his body to shield off Oakley. takes it to his strong.
Here is Kerr. Finding Michael. Off the glass. No basket.
Well, you got an offensive foul on Steve Kerr. Charlie Ward was putting a lot of pressure on him. Those two were banging back and forth. And as Kerr punched it into the post, he turned around and pushed Ward off of him.
Be a key in a stretch run.
It could be a key, Bob, but I still think that they need some presence and some force coming off the bench.
Pippen to the left hand. Looks like he won't get the triple-double. He had 8 rebounds and 6 assists a while ago, and he's stuck on those numbers. 8 boards, 6 assists, 42 points, and now he leaves. To a standing ovation. Some of the crowd has left, but most of it remains, and an appreciative ovation for Jordan.
And the thing that I like most about what we just seen is Phil Jackson's understanding for Jordan, understanding how this is about.
One game remains this year between the Knicks and the Bulls. They've played in April in Chicago. The Bulls have won all 3 this year, and 11 of the last 15 regular season games between the Knicks and Chicago have gone to the Bulls. 102-89 the final, and here's Ahmad with Michael.
Bob, Michael, another terrific performance here at Madison Square Garden. Was this one any more special than the ones you've had here before?
No, not really. I mean, I came in to play hard, you know, and every time I come in here, it's always fun to come here. You know, the basketball enthusiasts are watching the game. You want to play hard. You always got a challenging game with the Knicks. So, I mean, I don't take this game any lightly, than the other games. I got to come with the same focus, and today was no different.
The Bulls as a team seem to be, the continuity is much better. Is it that because Scottie Pippen is finally coming around off of that injury and getting into the flow?
Yeah, he is starting to get his rhythm. You can see that. And I think this week we had a chance to get some practices in, and we got more of a team rhythm. And today we came out and I think we played a good all-around basketball game for a good period of the game.
Now, what about the shoes? See, now, this was a gesture for the New York crowd, and it's one that your feet probably weren't looking forward to.
Well, I was joking with my wife at home, and I said, you know what? We're going back to New York. Why not break out the new shoes, or the old shoes, actually? And, it's been a long time since I wore them, and it kind of, it's kind of fun to come back here and play and remember some of the old days and some of the things that, some of the games that I've had here, and the shoes is a part of that. So, my feet are killing me. But it was fun, though. It was fun.
I figured because when you had those were 12, and you wear a 13 and a half now.
They shrunk a little bit. I think they have. But, it's fun. The shoes just mean shoes. I think you have to still go out and play the game. And, that's a big pressure to come out here with some new shoes and, making a statement. And still, you got to play the game of basketball.
All right. Congratulations on a great game, man. All right. Back to you, Bob.
Ahmad and Michael, thanks. Classic Chicago numbers. Jordan 42, Pippen 26, Rodman playing center for the injured Longley, 20 rebounds. The Bulls have won 11 of 12 since the All-Star break, and we'll be back. If, and we underline if several times, this was Michael Jordan's final game at Madison Square Garden. He leaves the crowd here with no doubt whatsoever that he exits just as he entered. The best there is. Once again, the final score from New York. The Bulls 102 and the Knicks 89. Next Sunday, the NBA on NBC returns at the special time of noon Eastern with regional action. Most of the country will see Tim Hardaway and the Miami Heat against Orlando, battling Nick Anderson and the Magic. Others will see the Utah Jazz taking on the Detroit Pistons. Coming up next on NBC, it's Dateline, then a world premiere movie, Silencing Mary, starring Melissa Joan Hart at 9 Eastern Time. For Isaiah Thomas and Ahmad Rashad, I'm Bob Costas. So long from Madison Square Garden. You've been watching the NBA on NBC.